On Friday, the 12th of November 2016, the government of the Republic of Zambia, through its Finance Minister Felix Mutati, unveiled the 2017 national budget. The 64.5 billion kwacha budget comes at the backdrop of an ailing Zambian economy caused by a number of factors attributed to both domestic and foreign. Some of the factors that have been cited include the fall of copper prices on the international market, caused mainly due to the slowdown in the growth of the Chinese economy, as one such critical factor among many. Various stakeholders expressed mixed feelings over the budget and its allocations, which mostly centered on the economic recovery program that the Zambian government has embarked on.
Distribution and stabilization aspects of the budget. There was partly touched on the stabilization, but the distribution, if we're trying to allocate resources and to ensure that we stabilize, given the upheavals of the last, in particular, 3 years, as you see, we've gone from a debt position of almost negligible to one of the highest within a short time in the history of the country. And unfortunately, we are building up on that on this budget, which means that additional questions are how effective will this budget be in helping us stabilize when we're building up on debt and ensure that the allocations, which in some cases, in most cases perhaps, as they were said, are fine, but how well under conditions of uncertainty and declining resources. And this is where, yes, we do question the good intentions of the budget that are being set up.
As the civil society for poverty reduction, we see the 2017 national budget as progressive. So, because we are at a time where the country is facing very difficult challenges. This is in terms of our recession, our productivity is down, and basically what the Minister of Finance was trying to do is how do we realign our economy back on track, but also look at how do you ensure that you provide sufficient safeguards for people living in poverty. And the budget did try to attempt a balance between those two. And this is very, very critical for us who are working in issues to do with poverty reduction and ensuring that the vulnerable do not even become more vulnerable in austerity times. So the 2017 budget does highlight some of those key components within it.
The country and the fiscal position of the country is stressed. So the idea has been to try to move the economy from the decline that has been going through over the time to try and stabilize it. The question that arises is the policy mix the best for us to come out of that stressed position of the country. My views are that the budget does try to move us out of that crisis, but there is a little bit more room for adjustment to ensure that we move out of that crisis that we are in at the moment as a country.
I think this is of our interest as Zambia Council for Social Development. When you look at the budget, we see as an instrument that can help deliver the services to our people. Without the budget, we don't have any other policy that can adequately and directly be used to deliver the services to our people. And I think the budget is also a very good instrument that when it is delivered in Parliament, we expect our parliamentarians to be more objective, debate it on a non-partisan basis. They must see it with a non-partisan lens. And in that way, we are going to see our people and our parliamentarians who have been elected by the people to debate the budget where they see that the budget is not adequately meeting the needs of the people. It must come out in that way.
It is only through allocations to sectors that help grow the economy and social sectors that help the most vulnerable in society live a more comfortable life, with the economy and the livelihoods of the people improve and help alleviate the suffering of people, unlike spending huge sums of money on a number of subsidies that have been draining the government treasury and have not allowed much room for growth of other areas that can create decent jobs and end poverty in Zambia.